Good morning to all of you. Wonderful meeting all of you here. This particular opportunity that I have got, I thought we should spend some time on pondering over how higher education institutions should prepare themselves and prepare the students who are going to come out towards Viksit Bharat. For me, Viksit Bharat is a day where if I go to a place like Germany or Japan and go to a shop and buy a product and I just look at the back side of the product, it should be written made in India. If that day can happen, for me, we have really become developed. But how does that happen? If you look at any one of the countries, even a smallest country like Taiwan, they have never become really developed without focusing on manufacturing a lot. When I was a student of metallurgy, I'm a proud metallurgist. Many of you possibly do not know that there is a branch like that exists. I was told that Japan does not have limestone, Japan does not have iron ore, Japan does not have coal. The three most important ingredients to make steel. And they were the best steel makers in the world. So it's a question of having a commitment that you want to be the best. And this is important. When I look at all around me, I've been in 3 IITs, IIT Kharagpur, IIT Madras, and now IIT Hyderabad for more than 30 years now. So I see a kind of a trend that every parent wants their kid to be in one particular branch of engineering. All of you know what it is, I don't need to tell. And they start with IIT Bombay and IIT Madras, and if they don't get there, they want to take them to IIT Hyderabad, for example, then IIT Tirupati possibly, and then any other college, whichever is available, where that branch is available for their kid. And if we keep continuing that like this, there must be a day when you would possibly have to import civil engineers from other countries to build our roads, which we are all very proud of. Nowadays, if you want to go for a long drive, you are very happy that we have good roads. So it's important, friends, that to ponder over every body, every organ of a body is very equally important. And it's important that we should kind of nourish every single branch of engineering. And that is very, very important. And if you really have some nationalistic feeling within you that India should be a developed country, India will become a developed country provided we all focus on this particular aspect. And how does that happen? I feel if we can make our education in such a way where there is freedom for the student and there is flexibility for the student, and there are also opportunities for innovation. So I will focus on these 2 points in my remaining period. First, just to give you a small example of what we do at IIT Hyderabad. We have a branch of engineering at IIT Hyderabad, which we call it as BTech in Engineering Sciences. 4 years, the student can pick up any subjects of their choice. A few mechanical, a few electrical, a few computer science, maybe a few chemical, a few metallurgy. The choice is the students. We don't dictate him or her what subjects they should study. We leave it. I mean, if at 18 years of age, if you can decide who can be the Prime Minister of this country, why can't you decide what you want to be? So this is something we say, let the students decide what they want. Somebody asked me, what job will they get? I said, you please leave that to him or her, whether they want to, first of all, do a job at all or not. At IIT Hyderabad, for example, every semester we call for proposals from our students. We call them as build projects. Bold and unique ideas leading to development is what we say. And if a student's project is chosen, we start with 1 lakh rupee to begin with. And if he or she wants more, we give. And then we provide a mentor. And we have now a building, 1.5 lakh square foot area. We call it as TIP, Technology Innovation Park. We have a similar size, what is called Technology Research Park, another 1.5 lakh square foot area, where any industry can come, stay there, and then collaborate with us. This is a concept that has come from IIT Madras, which most of the other IITs have taken. But we wanted to segregate these two very clearly. So TIP is meant for startups, freely given space there. And we say to these students who take these build projects, if someone says, sir, how do I focus on this, my dream idea? Because I have so many courses to do. We say, take a semester break. And we give you 6 credits. A first semester BTech student at IIT Hyderabad can take a semester break. To enable this, what did we do? We said, let us remove this branch change option from the IIT Hyderabad. We are possibly one of the first IITs to have stopped this branch change option 4 years back. But at the same time, how do I ensure that I provide a lot of flexibility to the student? We say every student can do what is called a double major in any branch of their choice. So you focus on this particular branch which is given by God to you, for example, by the JEE rank that you have got. But then you can still do whatever else you want. By just doing 24 extra credits, you get 2 certificates at the end of 4 years. Okay? And if you do 12 credits, we get a minor in any branch of your choice. And then we said, as you start progressing, because we've seen that 2 years at least, 11th and 12th, these Narayanas and Chaitanyas have really troubled you enough that again you come back and you want to get a 9.5 CGPA in the first year because you want to change a branch. Again you are into a pressure cooker. So we said, let us remove all this. And then you don't need to get a 9 CGPA on the day 1. And then utilize whatever innovative ideas that you have. Implement them. And then we went one more step further, that if some of your ideas are succeeding, then at the end of second year BTech, if you don't have any backlogs, we say take a diploma and go and implement your ideas. And we say we give you 5 years time if you want to come back and complete the remaining 2 years and get a BTech degree. And inherently, I would be very happy if the student does not come back. He says, I don't need your degree. I am already successful. Okay? So this is the kind of students that we would like to create. At every higher education, I think we should start thinking of. We started a minor in entrepreneurship. We have a double major in entrepreneurship. We have a department of entrepreneurship. While most of the institutions have department of management, we said, let us not talk about it. Let's talk of department of management in entrepreneurship. And we offer an MTech in techno-entrepreneurship, where a student at the end of 2 years has a product in hand, a prototype of a product, and a business model for it. One engineering faculty, one entrepreneurship faculty co-supervise the student. And so that student knows how to make a product and how to sell a product. We also have a very interesting master's program which we started, what we call it as medical device innovation, where the student spends 4 months in the hospital, talks to the patients and doctors, at the end of 4 months decides one particular topic on which he would like to work on. At the end of 2 years, the student has a medical device in his hand, a prototype of a medical device. And we say that your whole thesis is this. You don't need to write the thesis, 1-page abstract is what we expect from you. So this is how we feel that it is important that we create people. And we have started already seeing the effect of it. Last 5 years, we have close to 200 startups which have created 1,500 crores of revenue and about 1,200 jobs that they have created. And this is happening with these students. A second year student comes and tells me, sir, yesterday I paid the salary for 5 of my employees. I mean, it really fills your heart with so much of a joy. And this is what is important, friends. Give flexibility. For example, we said that in 4 years out of the 130 credits that we have, we said only 60% of the courses or 60% of the credits will come from your branch. I want you to develop as an overall personality with a balanced mind. Most of us focus too much on our left brain activity and forget about the right brain activity to a large extent. So we said 40% will come from outside your department. I had to convince all my colleagues who believe that mechanical engineering is the most important, so 90% of the subjects of BTech should be mechanical engineering. I said, nothing doing. Okay? And luckily, we have very young faculty. at IIT Hyderabad who will listen to you when you tell this, and we are now able to do this. 10% courses come from basic sciences, 10% from basic engineering, and more importantly, at IIT Hyderabad, no student can go out with a degree unless the student does 10% of courses which are liberal arts and creative arts. The student has to do this, okay? So we have a big basket of courses starting from anthropology to psychology to philosophy to economics to developmental studies to personality development to music, painting, dance, part making, mask making, so on and so forth, including martial arts, okay? So we feel that let the students develop the way they want to develop. Give them freedom. Give them a lot of interdisciplinarity. We have wonderful programs that we have started. We were the first in the country to start a BTech in AI, for your information, friends. 2019, 2 batches have already gone out. And in 2019, we were told only Carnegie Mellon and MIT have a UG program on AI. Nobody else in the world has. So we thought, let us take a leadership in that. And then we have started very recently, while all these CSE guys go to IT industries to a large extent to do fintech and so on. Where are the computational engineers who will go to manufacturing industry and develop a better engine, let's say? So we started a BTech in computational engineering. This is possibly the first interdisciplinary BTech program among at least IITs, I can say so. Here we have faculty from civil engineering, mechanical, chemical, metallurgy, bio, and also computer science. They all teach together. Okay, we give a basic foundation of what is called numerical methods, and on top of it, solid mechanics, fluid mechanics, first principle calculations, multi-scale modeling, genomics. We teach everything. So that you create a student who, at the end of 4 years, is a CFD expert, or an FEM expert, or a multi-scale modeling expert. So this is how we felt, let us create computational engineers for a manufacturing industry, rather than just a fintech industry. So this is how it is important to know what does really industry want. I mean, an education institution, particularly engineering education institution, if it does not work very closely with industry, I don't think we are contributing anything much to the development of the country. So we started a BTech in biomedical engineering. We started a BTech in bioinformatics. We now even have a BTech in semiconductors, for your information. When India is now talking about fabs coming up, we started looking at where are the engineers. We have BTech E, BTech EC, BTech EEE possibly, nothing beyond that. So we are the first, 2022, May 1st, I remember our Prime Minister announced India Semiconductor Mission. In 3 months, on August 1st, we started classes on BTech in IC Design and Technology. And in fact, on that day, I met a great gentleman by name Professor Rao Tummala. He is very famous from Georgia Tech, considered as the father of packaging, semiconductor packaging. He told me, Murty, I have been working in this field for 35 years, but in Georgia Tech, I could not start a master's program on packaging. Can you think of this? Again, in 3 months, from May 1st to August 1st, we created the curriculum, got it approved in the Senate, advertised it, got the students registered for the program. Classes started on August 1st. An MTech in packaging. Okay? So like this, we feel that it is important. We should be agile. We should start creating programs which are need of the hour for the country, so that country really, if you really want country to grow and become Viksit Bharat, it is important that we should create right kind of people, okay, with the right attitude of a balanced mind, at the same time with a lot of innovative ideas. So I hope some of you would take this seriously and possibly implement. I always believe that every one of us have enough freedom in our institutions. Freedom that is not used is a waste. There's no need of having such a freedom. So let's all use our freedom and ensure that we grow. One more very recent innovative idea that we have introduced is, I'm always a strong believer that education and learning should be joyful and should not have any constraints. So last year, we started something called OAT, Open to All Teaching. I started asking my colleagues, after converting all our classrooms into hybrid classrooms, I started asking, are you interested to teach an outsider? In addition to what you are regularly teaching to your class students. So the moment faculty says yes, we put it on our website saying that here is a course and this is the content and this is the professor who is going to teach and here is the timetable. As long as the timetable suits, we say anybody can register for the course. Okay? We say anybody. It can be a student, a faculty, or a working professional. It can be a homemaker. It can be a 80-year-old man or a woman. I feel let there be joy of learning. Let there be no constraints. So far, typically even for one course, you have to register for a degree and somebody will ask you what entrance exam you have written for that, what is your background, and half of those courses in the degree you don't like it and you have to go through all of them. So we say let anybody learn the way they want to learn. And I tell my colleagues, do not control the entry, please control only the exit. Okay? As long as your course is tough enough that everybody, just because they are paying, we pay very small money there also. It's just 5,000 rupees per credit. If it is a 1 credit course, 5,000, 3 credit course, 15,000. And whether you are in America or Australia or in India, it's the same cost. Okay? Here we are not interested to simply make money out of it. We thought, let us take education to everybody. Okay? Let us become a Vishwa Guru. Teach the whole world. And this is with this concept, last 3 semesters, I teach a course, today, immediately after this going, because 6 o'clock I have my class. 6 to 7, every Tuesday, Thursday, I teach a class where almost 10 students from outside, 10 students from inside. And this is how we teach. And it's a live learning. So it's not like a typical NPTEL or so where you have recorded something. It's live. The student is almost as if he is inside the class. So this way we have now started opening up of our courses. I'm sure within a few years, every faculty I will be able to convince that the 300 courses that we teach every semester will be open to anybody. And then you will be able to give education to people the way they want to learn. I think let's all come together and try to see and make higher education more enjoyable, more flexible, and provide enough freedom to students to do what they want to do. And then they will be a joyful partners in the growth of the country and make the country Viksit Bharat without your involvement at all. They will themselves do it. Thank you very much, friends.